Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today we are about to dive into one of the most unbelievable and shocking discoveries in modern numismatics. Imagine holding a simple penny, a coin most people ignore or toss aside without thinking, only to find out that this tiny piece of copper-plated zinc could be worth $17 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 2017 Lincoln penny with the Philadelphia mint mark, the famous P coin, has stunned the collecting world by reaching values in the multi-million-dollar range. And the real question is this: could you be holding one right now in your pocket change without even knowing it? Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to learn might change the way you look at every single penny in your possession. The 2017 P Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. For over a century, the Lincoln cent has been the most common coin in circulation across the United States. Millions upon millions are produced every year, and people barely notice them. But in 2017, something historic happened. For the first time in US mint history, a small P mint mark was added to the Lincoln penny to honor the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint. That tiny detail, which most people overlooked, suddenly transformed a regular 1-cent coin into a potential fortune. Collectors immediately started paying attention. And what happened next is almost impossible to believe. Rare varieties, unique strikes, and pristine conditions of this coin have been selling for outrageous amounts, with one example making headlines for being valued at an astonishing $17 million. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth just 1 cent suddenly holding more value than luxury mansions, exotic sports cars, or even entire businesses. And it's not just about rarity, it's about history, collector frenzy, and the kind of demand that makes prices skyrocket in US auctions. We are not talking about old ancient coins locked away in museums. We are talking about a coin minted just a few years ago, a coin you could realistically find in your own change from the grocery store. And that's where the suspense builds, because somewhere out there, tucked away in jars, wallets, and coin rolls, could be one of these multi-million-dollar pennies waiting to be discovered. But what makes the 2017 P penny so different? Why would a coin that millions of people own suddenly become so valuable? The answer lies in a perfect storm of factors that only seasoned collectors and experts can truly understand. First, there's the historical significance. The Philadelphia Mint had never before placed its P mint mark on a Lincoln penny in circulation. This small change marked the 225th anniversary, and it instantly set the coin apart as unique. Then there's the production issue. Not every penny struck that year is flawless. In fact, error coins, double dies, and misstrikes became highly sought after because they combined the historical importance with collectible rarity. Some of these varieties have been graded at the highest levels, and that's where values start climbing into the millions. Now picture the scene. US collectors, dealers, and investors are in fierce competition, driving up auction bids higher and higher. Everyone wants to own the piece of history, and the result is shocking price records. Imagine standing in an auction hall, holding a coin no bigger than a thumbnail, and watching the bids soar past 1 million, then 5 million, then $10 million, until finally, one legendary 2017 P Lincoln penny sold for an unbelievable $17 million, cementing its place as one of the most valuable modern coins ever recorded. That moment sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, and made ordinary Americans start checking every single penny they owned. Here's the thing that makes this even more suspenseful. You don't need to be a professional coin dealer to find one. All across the United States, people are searching through pocket change, coin jars, and rolls from the bank, hoping to uncover one of these treasures. Imagine the adrenaline rush of finding that P mint mark on your coin, then realizing it's an error variety or in near-perfect mint state condition. That's the kind of discovery that changes lives overnight. One moment you're holding a penny, the next you're holding a fortune, worth more than most people will ever earn in a lifetime. Now let's dig deeper into what makes the 2017 P Lincoln penny so special. First, condition is everything. Collectors pay extraordinary premiums for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. That means no scratches, no wear. Just a flawless surface that looks as though it just left the mint. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC play a huge role here. A 2017 P penny graded MS70, which represents perfect condition, could easily fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions, depending on its rarity and demand. Combine that with an error strike, and the value skyrockets into unbelievable territory. Another factor is historical hype. When the US Mint announced the addition of the P mint mark in 2017, it caught collectors by surprise. For over 200 years, the Philadelphia Mint never used a mint mark on pennies. Suddenly, they did, and only for 1 year. That makes the 2017 issue a once-in-a-lifetime event. Think about it. Collectors chase coins with even the slightest uniqueness. Now imagine the demand for a coin that represents the very first and only time the mint changed the identity of America's most famous coin. That's not just rare, it's historic. And don't forget the psychology of collecting. In the United States, coin collectors form one of the most passionate groups of buyers in the world. The thrill of the hunt. The idea that something so small could hold unimaginable value drives people to spend fortunes. Combine that passion with limited supply, and you get a recipe for skyrocketing prices. That's exactly why the 2017 P. Lincoln penny reached the jaw-dropping valuation of $17 million. Now let's address the skeptics. Some might say, it's just a penny, how could it possibly be worth millions? The answer is simple. Value isn't about what something costs to produce. It's about what someone is willing to pay. In this case, wealthy collectors and investors see the 2017 P. penny as a combination of rarity, history, and prestige. Owning it is like owning a piece of American heritage. And when demand collides with prestige, the sky is the limit. Auctions have proven this again and again. Whether it's a 1943 copper penny, a 1933 double eagle, or now the 2017 P Lincoln cent, prices can and do reach levels that sound unbelievable. But to collectors, it's worth every penny, literally. And here's the suspenseful part. You could be sitting on one right now. Millions of these coins were produced, but only a fraction hold the qualities that make them ultra-valuable. That means every time you get change back from a purchase, every time you open an old drawer or coin jar, there's a chance you could find one of these treasures. Imagine holding a $17 million coin in your hands without even knowing it. That's the kind of suspense that keeps collectors searching day and night. But let me warn you, not every 2017 P penny will make you rich. Most are worth face value. Just 1 cent. The trick is identifying the right variety and condition. That's where expertise comes in. Look closely at your coins. Check for doubling in the lettering, misstrikes, or unusual details. Examine the surfaces for perfection. If you suspect you have something special, professional grading is the next step. Because only the rarest and most perfect examples are the ones that reach astronomical values. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those, then congratulations, you're holding a piece of history worth millions. Think about how incredible that is. A penny, the coin we all take for granted, suddenly becoming a life-changing treasure. That's why collectors in the US are obsessed with searching every single coin that passes through their hands. And that's why you should too. Because the 2017 P. Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a golden ticket hiding in plain sight.